Good morning. It is officially the second weekend of 2002 and 2002, 2022, and we have a great show for you. The theme this year has been snow, and we have seen so much snow this week, and it is currently snowing, and we're expecting to see that snow for the next several hours. If you're doing your morning right, you're getting those base layers on, and you're hopefully hitting the slopes later on, drinking your coffee, and watching our show to see what's in store for today. We have so much great information and interviews coming your way, so stay tuned. VDL starts now.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to VDL. My name is Ty Diaz, and thank you very much. Any cream, sugar, bagels? Can I see a menu? My name is Ty Diaz. That was Emma pouring off a nice, strong cup of Meadow Mountain Blend from Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea, and that's only because I saw a crazy text message internal going around yesterday with her photo picking up that bag from Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea located in Minturn. But hey, yes, something to get used to. As Meredith was sharing with you, it is the second weekend of the year 2022, something to get used to saying. I've done it too. I was actually here for New Year's weekend where I also had the small gaffe of getting the year right. But when you think about 2002, where were you? Was that a good year for you? And kicking off each year, we all hope for the best and cross our fingers with our New Year's resolutions and promises and also the time of prosperity that we're looking forward to throughout that year. So 2022, if it means a throwback to 2002, if that was good for you, hey, share with us some advice on how that went down because, we all are just kind of hoping for the best, and we look for the best for each one of us. But you were watching VDL the weekend, and what we're finding here, no new snow to report the past 24 hours. But the snow, as Meredith also shared with you, it's been relentless. It's been the theme, and we're looking at a 3 to 7 possible of daytime snow accumulation over at Beaver Creek, 3 to 5 inches possible. Snow accumulation daytime over at Vail. That's what we're picking up as we log on to snow.com and checking out the app for our terrain status, our snow reports, and our weather reports. But today on VDL, as you can see here, we have Charlie spending the morning in Beaver Creek. We'll be checking in with her shortly. Meredith over at Vail and at Golden Peak, if you recognize that view. That is where you can find Chair 12, the beginner learning chair, and Chair 6, the double stopping chair, over at Golden Peak at Vail Village area. She'll be making her rounds through all 3 base pods there. Also giving you a special feature on the chairlifts with Wolfgang Puck, giving you some updates there on mountain, as well as jewelry services, tips at Squash Blossom, and giving you a look at the weather as it's happening live right now, what made headlines in today's paper, and things and events to look forward to this weekend. And as we step into the second full week of the month of January and the new year 2022. Right now, what we can do is maybe check in with someone out in the field, see who's ready to go. Should we go and check in with Meredith or should we check in with Charlie first? What's your opinion here? We're going to check in with Meredith. There you are. I should look at the screen.
Good morning,
Meredith,
Ty.
so where were you in 2002?
Honestly, probably here, exactly. Getting ready for Devo. I grew up here in Vail, and so our parents put us in Devo, and every Saturday we were honestly forced, but luckily we were put into Devo, and this is actually where we met. So I'm just living in my nostalgia this morning. I wandered over to Golden Peak, and so right here is the Gopher Hill chair, chair 12. And this was probably the first chairlift I got on. This is the beginner slopes, a little cute bunny hill right here. And then as you can see, the mountain only gets bigger right here, and there is a lot of ski races and different courses up here, actually. This is where a lot of the local kids train. And right behind me here is chair 6. And as you mentioned before, that is the double stop lift. So you can have an option to go halfway and ski Golden Peak. And honestly, I love starting at this chair. This is kind of why I wanted to show the viewers. I adore starting on chair 6 for my ski day and warm up, take a few laps on chair 6, ride Golden Peak, and it's normally not crowded over here. Sometimes there can be some hustle and bustle with the ski school over in this area and the ski racers, but I love starting on it. And then you can ride it all the way up, and it will connect you right at the base of 11. And then you ride up chair 11, and you can easily hit into the back bowls right from there. So I'm such a fan of starting over here in Golden Peak, but it is true. I probably was here in 2002.
You know,
It's
it's
pretty
it's fun
funny.
that you would say that because again, what that chair 6, the Revabon chairlift double stopping chair, for the longest time it was a local's best kept secret as far as when we reached this point in the terrain in the season, the terrain access ability, that was the shortcut to getting into the back bowls. Which to the viewers at home, if you're wondering about Vail, some of the back bowls are available for you right now. We're talking the China Bowl, Sundown Bowl, Sun Up Bowl, as well as Teacup Bowl. And as Meredith was sharing with you, you could take your bond chair number 6, and it stops at the top of Golden Peak. You can drop back down. You'll find some of the springtime competitions that happen on that mountain, or stay to the second stopping location that brings you into the base of Northwoods, where you can just kind of cut off to the right, make your way over to chair 11, the Northwoods chair, or drop down to chair 10. And now that brings you to a higher point where you have a quicker access to making your drop into China Bowl, then beginning your morning off over at Gondola 1, Vail Village, where everyone kind of begins the day. The crowds converge right there and start sifting into chair 4, which drops you towards chair 11, and or start traversing back to Sun Up, Sundown Bowl. This has got to be just Greek to everyone, this language that we're speaking. But living this life is what many of us return here for every year. Our love for Vail Mountain, and especially this point in the season of what we have as far as terrain status is concerned. And as you can see where Meredith is, it's starting to snow right now, or actually it's been snowing all morning long. And we're going to be checking back in with Meredith right now. What we're going to do is give you a look at the weather, brought to you by the outlets at Silverthorne Elevated Savings. And we're talking about your visibility for you being out on your commute this morning for our Saturday morning, seeing a lot more movement on the interstate at this early part of the morning. But at the same time, for those getting themselves ready to make their way towards the slopes, that could be part of this commute this morning. We're looking at the fog impacting your commute this morning and also your day out on the slopes. You're looking for temperatures to make their way into the mid to upper 20s, lower 30s, and daytime accumulation potential for Vail today, 3 to 5 inches. That's what they are saying over at Beaver Creek. They're looking for 3 to 7 inches possible. As we look at the next few days, how long will this snow has yet to let up completely, for a full week? We're looking at a day off and then 3 days back on in the snow. How long will this last? Well, as you can see for tomorrow, we're looking at the mid to upper 20s again, lower 30s in the sun. And again, holding that right there until our Monday, Tuesday. Clouds roll back into the region, 0% chance of precipitation. Wednesday, we might see somewhere of a half week of some sunshine, but we all came here for the snow. It's been that season, and if we've had any seasons at this point where we haven't received snow, yet or significantly, we're certainly making up for it right now. You are watching VDL. We'll be right back.
A good night's sleep can be harder to achieve at altitude. Altitude Control Technology's whole room oxygenation system scientifically simulates a lower altitude, no matter how high your mountain home may be. Increased oxygen levels facilitate better sleep and help to alleviate fatigue. The result is more energy, better mood, clarity of mind, and recovery from exercise. Contact Altitude Control Technology for a free consultation and start sleeping better after one night in your oxygenated room.
The ride of your life is closer than you think. For the first time ever, buy your new car entirely from home with Nissan at Home. Delivered direct from dealer to driveway.
Welcome back to VDL. My name is Ty Diaz. No new snow to report the past 24 hours, but hey, you tune in with us beginning every morning at 7:30, and we thank you very much for tuning in with us. And have you kind of caught on with what the rest of the staff and the hosting and cast of the show are doing this time of the morning every morning? Starting our morning off with Vail Mountain coffee and tea, and I want to share with everyone that big 5-pound bag. I would, except I think the bag is green, right? Or is it gray? That way we could hold it up and let you see it. And I believe we're doing the Meadow Mountain blend, Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea, 2 locations. You can find one in Beaver Creek. That's where Charlie is. We'll be checking in with her shortly. There's another location, the Roastery, and that's over in Minturn. Look at this. Look at this big 5-pound bag. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We should name it. We already did. It's like a little child here. Meadow Mountain and the Rose State. Oh, wow. Yesterday. Wow, here we go.
I just want to say I asked Chris after the show for coffee yesterday morning.
Yeah.
I drove there that afternoon to pick it up. They're on the ball.
Yeah. And anyone else do this? You smell the coffee before you even make or brew any, and it already does what it would do if it has a caffeine level, and that's kick in for you. Speaking of kicking in, let's get into today's Vail Daily, the newspaper, seeing what made headlines. And I know that some of you are listening on Spotify, doing that walk with us, waiting for us to get to the headline so that you can make it to the blue box in your neighborhood. And as you can see, making waves, we have John Morse Edwards makes powder waves while snowboarding in the back bowls Thursday at Vail. More snow is in the local forecast to start the weekend. Other topics: crashes, crowds, and COVID. Local law enforcement agencies preach patience while seeing an uptick in motor vehicle accidents and other public safety incidents. And those are some of the topics that made headlines in the local and regional sweet and sour. We have Governor Jared Polis talks with Garfield County Commissioner John Martin before the start of a news conference at the Sweetwater Lake October 20th to announce plans for a new state park. Another topics in today's newspaper, and we've been hearing the buzz around town, just wondering where it was going to happen and when it was going to happen, and there it is. Alpine Pizza Company opens in Lion's Head. In this image, you see Dennis Foley of Barton Yetis has teamed up with Colby Lefevre to open up Alpine Pizza Company in Lion's Head. And if you love pizza, and if you are one of those distinguishing palates, then certainly pop in there and see how they're doing and give us your feedback here. Let's see, another headline: sports and outdoors. Johnson places third at Tremblant. SSCV teammate Lemley finishes fourth in her first World Cup. And finally, arts and entertainment, the best of Vail. And this one you'll find here, Moe's Original Barbecue, with locations in Vail and Eagle. It continues its long history as Best of Vail barbecue favorite. Those are some of the topics that you'll find of many in today's newspaper, the Vail Daily. Be sure to stop by the Blue Box and pick up your copy today. You can find other topics that you're interested in inside of there. This bag is just hanging out here, which I'm sure is just fine. All right, what we're going to do now is give you a look at how your commute this morning is to the slopes, or maybe you have some friends that are arriving in, or maybe you are heading out. And no surprise to us that we're finding shoulder and median snow, but really a surprise at this hour of the morning, the level of traffic and movement happening right now, and all for good reason. With these snowstorms, a lot of folks have find it challenging to get out of the mountains before the snowstorm, before closures, and of course, as we covered in today's topics, accidents that has happened along the way that has certainly just stopped traffic from moving for hours, anywhere from accidents, incidents, and avalanche and snow and terrain control on the interstate. This morning, log on to cotrip.org if you're planning to head out, and certainly be a team player with your private driver, your shuttle driver. It's kind of hard to manage devices and get all the alerts when you should keep your hands 10 and 2 and eyes on the road. So everyone just kind of take to the devices and kind of help your driver learn all the announcements that can be found either on cotrip.org, or if you're using Google Maps and directions for your road alerts. But there's a look at your cameras right now for the start of the morning, a busier start to the morning, and flat light for that drive, as well as the weather forecast is calling for fog. What we're going to do right now is go out and see how Charlie's doing in Beaver Creek. And I know that she was all bundled up, and the snow looks fantastic. I see you're hanging out by the Vilar escalators in the ice rink, Charlie.
Good morning, Ty. Yes, I am. I mean, it's really snowing here in Beaver Creek. No new inches recorded in the last 24 hours, but 2 inches in the last 48 hours. However, it looks like possible 3 to 7 inches of accumulation throughout the day today, but it's coming down. It's been snowing since we've been here for the last 35 minutes. It's not that cold. It's about 27 degrees here at the base of Beaver Creek. So you definitely do want those base layers, but I'm really quite comfortable since I'm wrapped up. I've got my hand warmers in my gloves, but I'm here just at the base of Beaver Creek in the village. Behind me is the ice rink. And then you can see the escalators that take you down to the Vilar Center. And I want to tell you that this Monday evening, there is Ilya Yakushev, who is a Russian pianist, and he has a show on Monday at the Vilar Center. You can get your tickets online. You do need proof of vaccination. But he's a Russian pianist. He's got a great show planned for you. He's won many awards, and the tickets start around $125, and the tickets actually include your cocktails and hors d'oeuvres. So I'm sold once I saw that information. So cocktails, hors d'oeuvres start at 6 o'clock, and the performance starts at 6:45 here at Beaver Creek. And if you haven't been to a show at the Vilar, I mean, it's just a beautiful theatre. I personally really enjoy the shows here, and they're throwing in those cocktails and hors d'oeuvres. What more could you want?
You know, I love the shows at the Vilar as well, and what more could we want? How about tickets? And as you were saying, get them online. You can do so by visiting vilarpac.org. And did you catch the Whiffin Poofs? Apparently they played yesterday, the Whiffin Poofs of Vail, a cappella singing group. They've returned to the Valley before. I've had the opportunity to catch some of their live performances, just singing and echoing right there at the Arabelle over at Vail. Any shows that you're looking forward to catching? I know that I'm looking at the Dance Theater of Harlem, making their way to the Vilar on the 18th, which is still a week out. Time to make plans. Any shows that you're looking forward to catching that's still ahead?
Ty, that one was on my radar for sure. Anything dance, ballet, I mean, any out-of-towners coming here, or the local ballet productions that happen here in town. I went to see the Nutcracker at Christmas time, which was so wonderful. But anything dance-orientated for me is a winner. So I'm always scoping, looking for the dance shows.
You know, some of the many perks, and you brought it up, you know, as far as your ticket price and what it includes at the Vilar in Beaver Creek. It wasn't always that you could get your appetizers or your small plate or however they're doing that and your cocktail included with your ticket price that you now, these last few years, are able to bring into the venue and enjoy while watching a show. Where before, everything had to happen in the lobby. You wait for the bell to ring, finish your nosh, kind of separate your trash and recyclable and combustible, and then make your way, or compostable, and then make your way back into the show. It's kind of a treat to be at the Vilar. All right.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, Ty, because when I went to the Nutcracker, I was running late, rushing from work, working 7 days that Christmas week, and I grabbed some food prior to the show of the Nutcracker. I was running late, so I took my food in, and it was fine. I sat and ate my dinner whilst watching the show, and it was fabulous.
A lot of the shows at the Vilar begin at 7:30. You can also pick up this handy little venue book about Beaver Creek and some of the shows that you can catch at the Vilar still ahead throughout this catalog, throughout the season, as well as a lot of the advertisements there. You are watching VDL Still Ahead. Going to give you a look at the weather and more look at the snow reports and checking in with our hosts out in the field. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the club.
What's going on?
Get your arms up. Hours of operation, whenever you need to feel good. The club has no dress code. You got this. No rules of decorum. Pets are allowed.
Now we're squad jumping up a storm. Quick.
You don't have to show your card at the door.
Breathe naturally.
There is no door to the club. There is no ceiling. And if you have 10 minutes,
come on,
20, 30, and if you're wearing one of these, let's go.
Subaru and our retailers believe in giving back. That's why, in difficult times, we provided 150 million meals to Feeding America. And now, through the Subaru Share the Love event, we're helping even more. By the end of this year, Subaru will have donated over $225 million to charity. This is what it means to be more than a car company. This is what it means to be Subaru.
In the extraordinary, we're free to discover more together. Experience it for yourself this winter. Get your lift tickets today.
Get more information at ValeYetiHockey.com. Go Yeti!
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Live Sotheby's International Realty, Colorado's leading real estate firm. Contact their Vail Valley broker professionals today to help you live the life you love.
Welcome back to VDL. My name is Ty Diaz, and if you're just tuning in with us just in time, I'm going to let you know, no new snow reported the past 24 hours, both Vail, Beaver Creek, but on the significant chances of snowfall as far as daytime accumulation, 3 to 5 inches possible over at Vail, 3 to 7 inches possible at Beaver Creek. It's presently snowing. It's before the sun came up, before the light of day as we're looking at it. It's happening in our atmosphere as we speak. For your commute, for you getting ready to go over to Vail and get after the mountain and into the back bowls, if that's your goal today. Lifts open at 8:30 and or Beaver Creek opening at 9 o'clock. And things are looking really good. Snow, as Meredith shared with us earlier, has been the theme, and we're going to keep that in the forecast for today. High temperatures making their way, and we're already at that point, it seems, in the mid to upper 20s, lower 30s, but we're also looking for temperatures to drop significantly this evening. We're looking at the below figures that you can find right there. As we look at tomorrow being Sunday, our Monday, and then our Tuesday, we're looking at that nice bright sunshine right there, the lower 30s, but still that chill in the air, especially for the overnight, the single digits. And so if you're heading out for the day, bundle up, look really good, and choose the right lens for the day for your visibility out there. We're talking about fog in the forecast for today, as you can see right there for the morning and the afternoon. But then the next couple of days, we're looking at that sunshine and temperatures. Wow, look at there. Monday, making their way into the mid to upper 30s, lower 40s. Clouds could roll back into the region by our Tuesday, but not a strong chance of precipitation other than today in our forecast. And that's a look at your weather as you're getting out on the slopes for the day. But, you know, let's make our way over to Vail. That's where Meredith is hanging out, and she's giving us a little bit of a tour for those, a refresher of what Golden Peak looked like. And now you're over, looks like you're by the Vilar, and there's a game tonight, isn't there? Oh, the Dobson, I'm sorry. There's a game tonight, isn't there?
Yes, I'm at the Dobson Ice Arena, so I've made my way from Golden Peak more west now to Lion's Head. And this area is just between Vail Village and West Vail. And so it's right by the hospital and the library. You haven't had an opportunity to visit the Dobson Ice Arena, which is again right behind me. I highly suggest it. They host a lot of different kind of events and of course hockey games. And tonight our local team Yeti, the Yeti hockey team, they're going to be playing. They actually played last night, and we have a team. They have New York Fire Department is all the way here playing them today and tomorrow. And Ty, they won a big 9-6, so it should be another exciting game. I was living vicariously through some of the Instagram stories, and it looked like there was great energy in the arena. Great turnout for the crowds. These games can get really rowdy, and you know, they're super cheap, super affordable. Tickets are $10, and there's great, you know, price concessions for drinks and different food. So this is always such a great event to do with the family, with your friends after a long ski day. And it just kind of changes it up from your regular bar scene or restaurant scene, or you know, just hanging at home watching it on the TV. Being in the arena is always so great, and we love our local Yeti hockey team here. So I wanted to just plug the games that are happening. Puck drop tonight is at 7:50.
That's a good way to represent right there. And for some of the people that are still learning their way about Vail and people who may have known Vail for just years, especially the wintertime, for the slopes and getting after the bar life and operate like you're saying. Now someone's probably saying, wait, Vail has their own hockey team? Yeah, for a while. They're known as the Yeti. Become a fan and catch the which fire department? New York Fire Department? That they're playing against in 11 hours, and tickets are available online, and so you can kind of get those and make your way inside of that venue, the Dobson, right there by the Vail Library where Meredith is. And I've caught shows there too, like you said. When I moved here years ago, I caught George Clinton and P-Funk performing inside there, Big Head Todd and the Monsters inside of there. I also caught some ice skating shows in there, and I'm also a huge fan of going there just before winter begins to do a little shopping for ski and snowboarding gear with the swap that happens right there inside of that very location, a very diversely used venue.
That's exactly right. Yeah, I've seen some really great like DJ sets in there as well, and yeah, and actually Charlie, who's also on air, she spends a lot of hours here. She's the director of the Skate Club of Vail, and so it really just hosts so many different groups, local, for visitors as well. There's free skates. There's also bumper cars. Ty, have you done the bumper cars before?
I've seen the ads for them. I've told people about them on the ice. If you're wondering about it too, you definitely want to check out the Dobson's website. It seems like a lot of fun growing up. I was a bumper cars kid, not a roller coaster kid. So I'm still curious about that activity. Have you done it?
I haven't, and I've also never even thought about the idea on ice.
Yeah.
But it sounds really fun, and I actually have seen the where they store it, and it definitely got me excited. So it's on my bucket list this winter. I think we should get the whole VDL crew and kind of do a whole bumper cars session.
Now you are speaking my language. Let's get out there and play. Thank you very much, Meredith, over at Vail at the Dobson Ice Arena, giving you a heads up of some ideas to consider when you're looking for tickets and things to do differently around Vail, and maybe catch the Yetis game in just 11 hours. You know, when you're out and about, again, Vail has their own hockey team, the Yetis, and they're playing against the New York Fire Department, but you never know who you might meet out and about, like even on a chairlift. Here's a chairlift ride with Brenda Buglione of Snow Motion. She had the opportunity to take a chairlift ride with Wolfgang Puck.
He may be more well known for his accomplishments in the kitchen than on the slopes, but for world-renowned chef Wolfgang Puck, skiing is in his blood. We met up with him in Vail to talk about his passion for food, family, and getting on skis. Today's chairlift interview is with Wolfgang Puck, the famous chef. He's also a great skier.
Well, thank you so much. I think I'm a better cook than I'm a skier, but I'm learning. You know, I'm willing to become a better skier, and with a teacher like you, I'm sure it will happen in no time.
He is getting better. We are working on a few things, getting over that downhill ski.
I know, to bend the knees better and carve a little better. You know, when I grew up skiing, the technique was different than it is today.
Why?
Because I think the skis were different.
Yeah.
Now, actually, the skis are much easier to ski. I remember I had
the long,
skis
straight
which were 2 meter, 2 meter 5 long, and just to carry them up the hill was a hard thing. Now we have shorter skis, and I think it's better. And you know, the slopes are so well groomed here. It makes it a little easier than where I grew up in Austria with all the icy slopes and everything.
But you are a natural, Wolfgang. You're very good.
Well, I think it's an Austrian DNA, I think so. If you're Austrian and you don't ski, you're not Austrian. They take your passport away, I think so. So skiing is probably the #1 sport in Austria. So the ski racers are huge stars in Austria. It's really, the whole country is behind the skiers.
Yeah. So where was your first place you skied in America?
My first place was actually in Colorado, in Breckenridge exactly, and I was really nervous, but then I saw the way they groomed the slopes here, I said, and the way the snow is so dry, much easier than when I grew up in Austria. So I went back to ski then, and now I try to come every year with my children.
Okay, now we ski Vail, next we ski Austria.
Yeah, all right, next year in Lecco and Sears or somewhere.
Okay, deal. Okay, so I don't know how to cook, Wolfgang.
Yeah.
But here I am, skiing with a famous chef. And I just learning from you about your history and how young you went into this profession.
Yeah, you know, I started with 14. I left school,
14.
moved away from my parents' home, And then at 17, I moved to France, worked for 7 years in some of the great restaurants like in Monaco and Beaulieu and Paris and so forth. And then I came to the United States.
To be so successful is really, it's a dream.
I think in a way, for me, it's really like the American dream come true. You know, I came to America with no money. And by 1982, I opened Subaru, our first restaurant. It became this really phenomenal success. And then we started to open more restaurants. I remember we went to Tokyo, we opened in Santa Monica, and then we continued to do restaurants in Las Vegas, at the airports, and now we are really international. We have restaurants in London, in Singapore, in Istanbul, in Bahrain, in Qatar.
The people come to your restaurant because of your cooking, but I'm thinking now that I've got to ski with you a few days, that they come because you're just so nice and friendly and happy. They want to be around happy people.
You know, it's true. We're in the hospitality business. Cooking is part of it, but we're in the hospitality people. And what we try to do is make people feel good. We give people a good service, but we want to make people feel good. So that's his hospitality. If you have great hospitality, great food, you tend to be successful. Let me show you how to make a delicious brown butter. It tastes really nutty.
Oh, you're passionate about cooking.
Yeah.
It sounds that
well,
you
I
love
really
it.
love cooking. And I think for me, it starts with great ingredients. And then I think we try not to mess them up. So whenever we open a restaurant, wherever it is, we always try to buy the best ingredients possible. And then it shouldn't be with so many sauces, so many ingredients around that you don't know anymore what you eat. My father used to say, don't be cheap, put more butter. But you know, cooking is like skiing. You have to learn the technique. And really for me, is to refresh my technique in skiing is an important part. So maybe I teach you how to cook.
Okay, I think it's a good deal.
Yeah.
Okay, I need one tip from Wolfgang. What is the cooking tip you're going to give me?
Keep it simple.
Okay, keep it simple.
Yeah.
Let's go skiing.
Let's go skiing.
Woo! For more chairlift interviews and ski tips, subscribe to Snow Motion on YouTube and follow me on Instagram at Brenda Viglione1.
Bright Future Foundation empowers families and individuals affected by domestic violence and sexual assault through prevention, crisis intervention, advocacy, and long-term healing services. Join us in making futures bright for survivors in our community.
Huh. Is that true? Geico's been saving folks money for 85 years?
Yep, that's right.
Wait, so if Geico's 85, that makes you...
Are you asking if I'm 85 years old?
I mean, sea turtles live to be 150, so... No, I was not.
Do I look 85?
What? No! You look young. You look young for however old you are.
Geico, saving people money for 85 years.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Carrots Jewelers, creating heirlooms for over 50 years.
You are watching VDL. My name is Ty Diaz. No new snow to report the past 24 hours, but as Meredith shared with you earlier in the show at the open, snow is the theme, and we're looking at 3 to 5 inches possible for your daytime accumulation over at Vail, 3 to 7 for Beaver Creek. That's what the weather services are calling for, your forecast. High temperatures, we're already finding that temperature as I check with Emma and with Rachel here. Their devices each just to compare what the temperature is right now, and maybe you would like to let us know. Feel free to do so. We're looking at the mid to upper 20s, 30s already. As we look at tonight, we're looking for a significant drop in temperature, finding the below figures right there, 2 below. But for our visibility out there, we're looking at the foggy in the morning and the afternoon, and that's evident right now, especially for those that are doing that drive along I-70. Flat light out there for that drive as well, very grayscale. Out there for your drive, and as well as when you're out on the slopes. But it should be a really good time. The lifts open at Vail at 8:30 and at Beaver Creek at 9 o'clock. And here's a camera shot over at Lion's Head, just off of the parking structure, looking down at the bus stop and rounding that corner where that new Alpine Pizza location is located. And off in the distance, you see the mountain where Eagle Bond Gondola number 19 isn't moving just yet, or Born Free chair number 8. collecting high fives with the Scanland people and with the lift operations. Yeah, it's going to be a good time out there. But remember your safety while you're out on the mountain, being aware of your surroundings and one another while you're out on the mountains. If you need a conversation while in the gondolas or the chairlifts, open your smart device and click on either Vail or Beaver Creek and click the link that leads you to the skier snowboarder responsibility code. It's always helpful while you're out there. It also gives you an idea of what to do in case of an emergency while you're out on the slopes. What we're going to do right now before we get to the slopes is kind of learn our way around the plaza up in Beaver Creek. That's where Charlie's hanging out. And Charlie, I'm really excited for you to share, as much as I want to be the first to say it, some new information coming from Beaver Creek, an announcement. I'm just gonna hold back and just let you say it, but I'm bursting to say it first. What do you have to share with us?
Oh, you're best, and Ty, so am I. So, you've got that wonderful Vilar performance on Monday. Well, also on Monday, happening right here in Beaver Creek, is the brand new McCoy Park. Finally, it is opening on Monday, this coming Monday, and festivities start at 9:30 a.m. There's going to be a grand opening, which has ribbon cutting, scavenger hunt for the kids and prizes, and a lot more going on. But McCoy Park, 250-acre terrain, brand new, featuring 2 new quad lifts and 17 trails, while still maintaining that snowshoe and cross-country area for everybody. It's welcoming terrain for beginners to intermediate skiers and riders. And there's a dedicated family-friendly zone for beginner and low intermediate skiers and riders. An amazing natural feel, including signature groomed and gladed trails. This learning terrain debuts during the winter season this Monday. You can access that terrain by taking, right behind me, the Strawberry Park Express lift. And right at the top, which you actually can't see because it's snowing so much, but I promise it's right there. So just to the right of Centennial Express, right here, the gondola in Beaver Creek. So right here is Strawberry Park Express. You take that lift up, and then you can access that brand new McCoy Park, finally opening here in Beaver Creek.
For many seasons, even looking off of the deck of Mamie's Mountain Grill off of the Basher Gulch area and Chair 16, that deck has fantastic views of McCoy Park. And for years, new faces and those that have returned to Beaver Creek often but may have not have paid attention to the signage have always asked, what is that right over there? That is the new McCoy Park that we've seen snowshoers just kind of enjoy, cross-country skiing, just getting out there without the access point of a chairlift, getting in and out there with your own efforts and earning it on your own. Now a new teaching terrain, as Charlie is sharing with you, off of Chair 12, Strawberry Park Chairlift, as well as, I'm understanding, another access point, which is off of Larkspur and Chair 11, 2 points of access to get in there. But again, new terrain to learn how to ski and board, and also taking in these views is going to be historical. Now, you're saying there's going to be some festivities, a celebration, and activities going on with that? I wonder if there's going to be fireworks.
Yes, down in the plaza. I don't know about the fireworks, Ty, possibly, but they have got some ribbon cutting just to really hype up that grand opening. I know everybody's been awaiting this opening, you and I included. So grand opening, ribbon cutting, scavenger hunt, prizes. I mean, it's a big deal here in Beaver Creek. I mean, more terrain. We love it.
Beaver Creek knows how to celebrate, and they also have a lot of the family-friendly events to go along with it, too. And so as I'm thinking about what's going to go with these festivities, I mentioned the fireworks because that's signature of Beaver Creek every Thursday. The second thing that came to mind that would go with these festivities, I bet you anything, chocolate chip cookies. Anybody agree with me?
We love chocolate chip cookies!
All right, so thank you for that. That's really exciting news, and that's happening on Monday, the new McCoy Park reveal and open for us this season. And we've watched the video and the construction of this all summer long, and I mean, I'm excited to see it. Never been in there myself, that do-it-yourself, earn-your-turns effort, and now we can get in there. But so that means book a lesson then.
Yeah, book a lesson. I mean, here at the ski school, to the other side of me, behind me, so to the other side of where Strawberry Park Express is, by the Haymeadow Express, you've got ski school. And you know what? They're so organized here, Ty. They've got already the kids' skis, alphabetical order, just lined up, ready for you to come on out opposite the Park Hyatt Hotel, and it's just ready to go. So ski school, if you haven't taken a lesson, I highly recommend it. Us instructors are great.
Ah, yes. There it is. Us instructors. All right. I thank you very much, Charlie. So that's exciting news. And so if you want to learn more about that, log on to beavercreek.com and take a look at the map of the mountain of Beaver Creek and discover McCoy Park via your smart device. But then come Monday, discover it in a lesson for yourself. You're watching VDL. We will be right back.
Club One is a pivotal part of the Vail lifestyle, with spacious lockers to store all your gear in a ski-in, ski-out location. Club One is your mountain headquarters, stacked with club amenities and members-only perks. Club One, where the locals locker.
Maui Jim Sunglasses were born on the beaches of Hawaii, designed to respond to the bright sun and harsh glare of the islands, all while enhancing the view. After 30 years, we're still independently owned, and the free-thinking Hawaiian spirit that first inspired us is still a part of everything we do. Our Polarized Plus 2 lenses not only protect eyes from harmful rays, they also make colors more vivid and contrast crisper. Try on a pair and see for yourself. The view's better from here.
In the extraordinary, we're free to discover more together. Experience it for yourself this winter. Get your lift tickets today.
Winter is coming, and you can enjoy every minute with Outside Plus, your membership to the outdoors. Whether you're exploring the backcountry or your local trails, Outside Plus has you covered. With expert advice on gear, product discounts, premium access to Outside TV and the Gaia GPS app, and inspiring content delivered from the most respected names in the outdoors. Become an Outside Plus member today to get free tickets and VIP access to this year's Warren Miller film. Join at warrenmiller.com/Outside Plus.
Becoming more environmentally sustainable is a huge thing when you look at it in its entirety. And so I think that what Walking Mountains and what Kate Manser has helped the Vail Daily understand is that, as you're getting started, it's really important to be taking those baby steps rather than trying to take on too much at once and, end up doing nothing at all. So the Vail Daily back in September decided to launch our sort of efforts or our journey to become Actively Green certified. I think sustainability is something that's always been on our minds and on the minds of leadership. We did give the Actively Green Sustainable Business Certification Program a go a couple years ago, but really didn't have the time and the resources to put towards it. And this year we felt, this is really important. Let's prioritize this. Let's give it another go. So the Actively Green program is a globally recognized sustainable business certification program. So it takes place all across the world, but here in Eagle County, our local auditing agency is Walking Mountains Science Center. They really help give local businesses here a lot of guidance on how to move forward with becoming more green. Our advisor, the person who kind of leads the project of Actively Green, is Kate Manser with Walking Mountains. And I sat down with Kate just the other day to chat a little bit more about what this program is and how it can be put into practice to help make our whole county more green.
It's fun to see collectively when businesses do join this program how much of an impact we're making. Like countywide or individually, each business, it might not seem like they're making a huge difference, but when you can see all together, it is a huge difference, and especially for a small community like ours.
I think another thing that we're proud of that the Vail Daily has done so far is really just the creation of the Green Team.
I joined the Green Team because I've always had a passion for the environment and enjoying being outside.
I joined the Green Team because I was very moved by our frontline folks taking the initiative to start the Actively Green Team, to get us actually green certified.
I think it's really important to not only care about the environment in my own individual life, but also be a part of a community that's accountable to each other, that wants to engage with each other.
Every time I think about global warming and climate change, I get really overwhelmed and feel like I don't have a lot of power to invoke change, and this seemed like a great opportunity in my workplace and in my community to take some concrete steps to hopefully work towards a better future that is safe and comfortable for myself, for my children, and for the people around me.
You know, I think a big part of this is just getting people in a room who care and who are passionate to have those conversations around changing the culture of our workspace and, you know, by extension, our friends, our families, and our broader community. You know, climate change a lot of the times can feel really scary, but I think that when you're able to create these sort of pockets, these social circles of hope and ingenuity, it can change that and flip that on its head to say, what if we really can be a part of the solution? We are in our monthly Green Team meetings and people are excited and you can feel it, it's kind of electric, or when there is a little success, like getting composting in the office and getting that approved, I try to just make sure that I'm present in those moments, because those moments matter, you know? This is it. This is what we're fighting for.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Betteridge. Fine jewelry and watches with exceptional service since 1897, located in Solaris.
You are watching VDL. No new snow to report the past 24 hours over at Vail or Beaver Creek, but it's snowing right now, and it's been coming down since before the light of day. We're looking for 3 to 5 inches of a daytime accumulation over at Vail. That's what they're calling for. Look how beautiful that is. Look at how magical that is. Snow, that's been the theme. There are the people down there making their way towards the lifts. And we're looking at an 8:30 open, which is just about 14 minutes out by the clock that I'm looking at. 9 o'clock over at Beaver Creek open for your lifts. And we're looking at a 3 to 7 inches daytime accumulation over there. And when you're out on the slopes, you know, have a little conversation about safety with your group. It's one of the many things that kind of goes with our freedom to enjoy ourselves. It's a responsibility code to kind of know how to approach the mountain, be aware of one another, and even look out for one another, because you never know if someone could be in need and you could help facilitate that when you're out on the mountain. It's good to notice the signs that are letting you know where you are on the mountain. Notice where the phones are in case they need to be used to get a hold of Ski Patrol. But then, of course, when you log on to snow.com and you check out the apps, there's also emergency telephone numbers listed there for you to use, and hopefully your smart devices are charged up just in case, again, someone needs you. Back bowls are open over at Vail. We're looking at sun up, sun down, China bowl, teacup. And so, again, you're looking at extreme terrain and a lot of snow and a lot of exertion out there. And it's just kind of good to have safety devices and that in mind while you're out on the slopes. But yeah, that's what you're looking at. As we look at today, temperatures making their way, the highs of mid to upper 20s, lower 30s. Also tonight, a significant drop in temperature. We're looking at the below figures. How long will this snow last? If you're just tuning in, well, we're looking at the return of sunshine for Sunday, which is tomorrow, sticking around into our Monday, our Tuesday. Some clouds could roll in. Wednesday as well in sunshine, but the highest of temperatures, we're looking at that Monday, Tuesday window, the mid to upper 30s, lower 40s, but a significant temperature difference for the overnights and the evenings right there as we look at those below figures. What we're going to do right now is head over to Vail. Meredith has been taking the time to tour around and showcase for us what things are looking like. Still snowing where you are, but so are the crowds developing right behind you there.
That's right, Ty. It has been very entertaining to watch the base of Lion's Head. So currently I've made my way, you just saw the live cam of Lion's Head. And so I'm at the base, and you can find Born Free, Chair 8, and the Eagle Bond Gondola here. And you can see the line is starting to build for Chair 8. All those first chairs, and you also can see the snow is coming down. It's so beautiful here. Everyone's hustling, bustling. Ski school is getting in line. We have people buying their tickets. And I actually have had my eyes on the groom trail. So every morning they post what was groomed. And I heard a rumor last night that Blue Ox was going to get groomed. And I can tell you it is confirmed. We are getting Blue Ox groomed today, which is very exciting. I actually just skied Blue Ox yesterday, and it was beautiful moguls. So it's going to be a completely different experience now that it's groomed. Another one that stands out, Red Zinger, skied that yesterday as well, and that is skiing so beautifully. The snow is so soft based on all of the new snow that we have been receiving. But it is always so exciting to see what was freshly groomed the night before. Try to get out there, but the grooms might not even last too long because we are starting to see the snow come down, but there's nothing like some fresh snow that's just snowing, and you ride top to bottom and you go back and it's fresh again. So this is a great day to get out, and we clearly see the crowds. They're getting out there as well.
At the higher elevation, you will find some of the more significant development of that snowfall making our way back down into the 8,000-foot level. We'll find it kind of dissipating a little bit, but as Meredith is sharing with you, that with the grooming report is an opportunity to kind of see that corduroy, to find that groomer feel underneath foot. But with that snow development, now you're starting to see your fresh tracks thrown into that new snow on top of those groomed runs. And those are goals that people kind of shoot after when they're out there. It's like, I want to be the first to make tracks through somewhere. Now, you pointed out Blue Ox, Meredith, so that just, as I was looking at that grooming report with you, so you're telling us that you are a Black Diamond skier boarder. I'm not sure if you're a skier or a boarder. Which one do you do?
Yes, I ski. I do.
You ski.
I've tried to board before, and it was a pretty ugly sight. I barely could make it down the bunny hill.
And you like to, you like to ride the Black Diamonds? Is that where your strength and your ability, your preference? Because that's tough stuff.
I can handle the Black Diamonds. I love Blue Ox, and that's over chair 10, and you're not going to find it too crowded over there. It is a little bit more of an advanced terrain. It's as far east on the mountain as you can get. But the views, honestly, on the entire mountain are so gorgeous. But I take the blue circles, the green runs as well. Still, I love a lap on Lost Boy. That often gets groomed. And, obviously we also ride the intermediate blue runs. And I will say I'm trying to get more into the tree runs. So I normally go for the tree runs that are on the blues right now. But yeah, I've been getting out there a lot. I have big skiing goals this year now that I'm living here full time to really improve. And I always say to people, if they're just beginning and they're getting used to skiing, every day you ski, you get better. And that's at any level. So the most important part is just out there and having a good time. I would say today it's not too cold, but since it is snowing, you're going to want to maybe avoid down jackets and wear some kind of, repellent moisture repellent jacket. And then for those lenses, I would pull out your low light lens. So nothing too dark, kind of translucent where you can almost see your eyes through the goggles. I have a light orange pair, light purple is good. And just so you can kind of have a little bit more scope when you're seeing, because the low light, it's sometimes hard to see the bumps or to see what's ahead. So that would be my tip of the day for your clothing.
All very good advice. And of course, hydrating. So maybe having a little bit of water while you're out there too. And especially on Blue Ox. I remember my early days learning Vail Mountain, getting in the Blue Ox terrain, that Black Diamond over there, moguls, just jousting every turn. Can't get out of Blue Ox if you tried. It's just a very long run, like you're saying, and it could take the wind out of you too while you're over there. But as you're saying, as far as crowds are concerned, the crowds don't really go after like a full face of moguls like Blue Ox over there. But thank you very much, Meredith, for those little bit of tips and advice for starting the morning off. 8:30, the lifts open over at Vail where she is. But we're going to bring in Charlie right now. 9 o'clock open at Beaver Creek. And how are the crowds developing over there? Starting to see, or are people taking advantage of the additional half hour they had before getting in those classes and the chairlifts? How are things looking over there?
Yeah, I think everybody is taking advantage of that half hour extra here since we don't open till 9 a.m. here in Beaver Creek all season long, 9 till 4, the lifts run here. But it's quite a quiet start. I don't see anybody here for ski school yet. So right behind me is the terrain for the ski school meet area, and you can see the skis are all lined up alphabetically, beautifully ready for that ski school this morning to kick off. But I don't see any kids. I don't see anybody. But we've still got, just over half an hour to go until the lifts open. So, but if you're looking for groomed terrain in Beaver Creek, Centennial, if you're looking for Black Diamond, is groomed. So Spruce is Space. And then Groomer's Choice, if you're looking for blue terrain, you've got Red Tail and you've got Gold Dust, which are groomed, and the Groomer's Choice. And then if you're looking for green, you've got Hay Meadow. So it's really got everything for you here in Beaver Creek too. But if you do want that Black Diamond and a groomer, you're looking for Centennial. So you've got all the terrain open here. 71% in Beaver Creek is open currently. It's definitely coming down. Like Meredith said, wear a good jacket that's going to repel that because it's kind of a wet snow this morning. So we're getting a bit wet out here with a fur hood. So I don't recommend a fur hood in this wet snow unless you want the snow to build up and kind of dreadlock in your fur. So maybe don't wear a fur jacket.
And we thank you very much, Charlie. And as you can see, where Meredith is, where Charlie is, they're outside. And outside, you're going to find snow, and it's snowing around the plazas, both where they are, and it's definitely snowing up in the higher elevations. If you're making your way out on the mountains, and they both have given you some good advice as far as what terrain's available for you and how to approach the day. All right, you're watching VDL, and we want to say thank you very much for watching us on Outside Television 17. You can catch us here every morning at 7:30 for the start, but we're going to go to commercial right now. We'll be right back.
All right, here we go. Miller in motion. Wait, is that a baby on the field?
It looks like it, Craig.
And the defensive linemen are playing peekaboo. I've never seen anything like that before.
Harris now appears to be burping the baby.
That's a great moment right there.
Ref going to the rule book here.
Well, wait a minute. Harris is off to the races.
We don't need any more trick plays.
Touchdown!
But we could all use more ways to save.
Are you kidding me?
It's going to be a long bus ride home for the defense.
Switch to Geico for more ways to save.
In the extraordinary, we're free to discover more together. Experience it for yourself this winter. Get your lift tickets today.
All right, you're watching VDL. No new snow to report the past 24 hours as far as reporting snow totals by 5:30 a.m. to deliver to you this morning on Outside TV Channel 17 and the show VDL. But there's a lot of activities to take into when you're enjoying winter. Emma just said that she just loves winter in general, and it's magical looking out there and in fields with those snowflakes just falling on your face. But of the many activities, skiing and boarding and lessons and chairlifts open, some just get after it by earning it themselves. Trisha Swenson is one of those, and I've just learned for the early start of the morning, she's skinning up Arrowhead. Wow, Trisha, so much for sleeping in, huh?
It's time. It's getting up. Today is a day off. Gotta get the exercise in because I might make, I might have some nachos later on. Some of the Alpine Pizza Company. I basically exercise so I can eat, basically. But yeah, we're going up Golden Bear right now. That is the designated route for today. And that's the thing. You need to call the hotline at Vale and Beaver Creek in order to skin up the mountain. It's only allowed during hours that they're, so you need to be done 15 minutes before the eclipse. after about 30 minutes after they close. No dogs at any time. And please don't ruin it for the rest of us. If you want to bring your dog out on a skin, Meadow Mountain is a great choice. Lake Creek has some trails, other places like that. So those are the rules. You just need to follow the rules, and you'll be good. But it's about a 700. I'm going to go to the top of the Arrowhead lift, Airborne Express, lift number 17, and then we'll ski down, and then maybe we'll switch into our alpine gear. There's my husband right now. Hi, Mike. Hello. All right. Yeah. So he's chomping at the bit. So yeah.
So for the people that are watching Trisha Swenson right now and skinning, now what we're noticing right now, outdoors, she's got the zipper open just a little bit for breathability because she's huffing and puffing on an uphill effort to enjoy the slopes this morning. And skinning is a lifted heel approach with your skis on your feet with a special type of equipment on the bottom of those skis, those mole hair grip to allow you to kind of trek uphill with your skis on.
Yeah, they're called skins, and
Skins.
so they adhere to your skis. They've come a long way since the pioneers used to do this, and then when you get to the top, you rip those off and you kind of fold them up and put in your backpack, and then you switch the bindings. I love the engineering in these bindings because what you're able to do is have that heel motion and then click it in so you're really alpine skiing down. Now this is different from telemark skiing where you free the heel on the way down just like you would on the way up. And I did take tele lessons. Remember when they used to have Tuesdays and at Nordic Center would do all those tele clinics? I never got very good at it. So I just stuck to alpining. So this is a good way. If you're just an alpine skier, you could still get the benefit of the cardio and then ski down with your alpine skills.
Thank you very much, Trisha Swenson. If you're looking for a clinic or for something extra to learn about, to enjoy winter from a different point of view, not just skiing, not just boarding, maybe snowshoeing, maybe skinning, maybe cross-country, log on to snow.com, click the mountain that you're considering to learn that, either on Vail or Beaver Creek, and find the opportunities that are waiting there for you to get out and explore in a different way, at a different rate of speed, and at a different exertion. You're watching VDL. We'll be right back.
We're for the fashion forward and budget minded. We've got the brands that set you apart, the style to make you stand out, the looks that let you shine. We are for the dreamers, the doers, and the savers. Outlets at Silverthorne. Elevate your savings. Save up to 70% on the best designer brands. Visit outlets@silverthorne.com for current sales and events.
Treat your dog to delicious, nutritious dog food. Specialty items and high-quality gear for dogs who love to get outside and play. Do-it-yourself dog washing and grooming services now available. Mountain Canine, the dog-friendliest shop in the Vail Valley. All right, so we're wrapping up the show here, but before we go, let's check back in with both Charlie and Meredith, see how the days are developing. And I'm sure you both were watching Trisha Swenson not sleeping in. No one knows that she does sleep in. We do know that she gets out any time of year, any season, almost any sport and activity, and just earns it. She's skinning up Arrowhead right now. Challenging cell service, but also challenging activity, too. What do you think of that?
She's amazing. She's not even tired. She looks gorgeous. It's snowing. She's skinning the mountain. I mean, I wish I was Trisha sometimes. She's just amazing. Meredith.
Absolutely. And you know what? Also, these skiers here at the base getting after it for first chair are also inspiring me. The gondola just opened up, as well as Chair 8 Born Free and all the chairs over here at Vail. And I'm just so inspired to see all these smiling people hitting the slopes. We're all really excited, obviously, about this snow that's coming down. It's actually it's got a dark feeling. I mean, there's not a lot of sunlight popping through these clouds. So I think we're going to start to see it really accumulate soon.
Well, I hope that you both get after today in some enjoyable fashion, either with your little one, Charlie, to explore and learn how to play and enjoy snow. And Meredith, however you're approaching the day, from from discovering bumper cars over at the Dobson to hitting those black diamonds out there, or even a tree run today. But, you know, as you both know, and to share with the viewers, and again, thank you for watching, even at the base of the mountain, before you starting your attempt on the mountain for the slopes for the day, there's plenty of posted signs letting you know your directions, some of the rules of the mountain, as Tricia Swenson has shared, and especially when it comes to uphill access and the time in that window to approach the mountain in that fashion. But both of you, any last comments before we go?
Yeah,
No,
I
but
will
if
say,
you go,
just
man.
quickly, just tips for parking. So typically, the structures will fill up both Vale Village and Lions Head on a Friday and Saturday. And so right now you're going to find spots, and typically you're going to find it be full around 11. Honestly, I think that's the sweet spot. It normally fills by 11. And so if you're kind of a late riser to the mountain and you get there around 11, you might have the opportunity to get free parking right on the frontage road. And we're going to see a frontage road day today, given that we just got snow this week and we're seeing snow today. So, you know, pro tip, if you want to park in the structure, get there early because it will fill up, but then you might get some of those free spots on the frontage road. But there are also a lot of different parking lots in Vale, and you can bus into. So I just wanted to give viewers that information.
Hey Meredith,
as well.
can you show us that lift line as we close out here?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, let me sneak down to the gondola.
All right, so while Meredith is doing that, really quick, Charlie, and you had to say?
Oh, I was just going to say, Ty, the bumper cars, if you haven't done it, you've got to do it. You can make your reservations at valerec.com. It's around $10 a person. They're such a laugh, so much fun. So get out there and do that.
There's plenty to do, plenty to enjoy in the snow. 3 to 5 inches daytime accumulation at Vale today is what they're calling for. 3 to 7 over at Beaver Creek, and it's snowing heavier as we speak. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 7:30 for more.